I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on.
You always just have to like
It's a great time to be an Arsenal fan, as it always is. I've dropped my bottle of water, much like Spurs dropped the ball, people. You know, they talk about entertainment. Nobody in November has scored more goals than us. We scored 4 goals from open play. We did it without our star striker. We did it without our first choice left-sided centre-half. But I don't want ratings for beating Spurs. You know, chickens get fried. It's the Lord's Sunday. We love a Sunday dinner. It's important for Arsenal Football Club to win the winnable games. You've got to beat the small clubs, and that's exactly what we did. I just want to say, talk about entertainment, talk about being brave. If we set up how Thomas Frank Spurs set up, it would have been dark. From start to finish, they didn't believe. They didn't believe in the tunnel. They didn't believe in the walkout. They didn't believe on the pitch. And I don't blame you. We're Arsenal Football Club, but they didn't believe. They were tactically outdone. We deserve to win from start to finish. Obviously, the only criticism is that we conceded a goal. And I do think, to be fair to Thomas Frank, the goal that Richarlison scored away from Zubamendi getting his pocket picked, and obviously Richarlison seeing it and doing it. Go and watch the North London derby in pre-season. They pressed and it led to that. So maybe that's food for thought. And we probably could have scored some more goals, you know, from the first 30 seconds. You know, Eze's unlucky. I would have loved for Eze, Rice, and Saka to obviously do their thing. I would also say as well, like, my players are starting to get a bit nasty. I'm seeing Declan Rice say, let's kill them. I'm seeing the RG Bargy with Xavi Simons. I'm seeing Saka kick out on players and things. So yeah, we probably could have and should have scored early. Lovely that we, you know, Trossard deserved his goal. Shout out to Mikel Merino as well for the assist and his general performance. We obviously got one on the stroke of half time. You know, the 2 goals we got, just you know, to make it 2 and 3-0, those 2 goals in that time limit, and then you throw in the third straight after half time. When you smell blood, go and do it. So credit to everyone. There's not a single player out there. Obviously, Eze's man of the match. I think Saka did well. I think Timber did well in particular. I think Merino and Trossard. Every player stood up to be counted. Shout out to Hincapié as well. We did our thing, man. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. We love to see it. And now we focus on, you know, it's great to keep the bragging rights. Not that game would have made a difference. We won the league at their ground, amongst other things. But it's nice to get 3 points. It's nice to capitalize, obviously, with Liverpool and City both losing. It's nice to kind of claw some points back from our defeat against Liverpool, our draw against City, and our draw against Sunderland. Obviously, this gap could have been turned. Going into this game, there was all the talk about it's a 4-point lead. It could turn to a point potentially if City go and win. Now it's a 6-point gap. But again, that means nothing in November. Nobody wins the title in November. At the earliest, you do in December if you know, follow French football with PSG and whatnot, people. But yeah, great stuff. Now we focus on Bayern Munich. Now we focus on Chelsea. And this is where we're going to need everyone, especially our manager, to box smart. There is going to be times you're going to have to rotate. The games are coming thick and fast. I'm not saying he doesn't, but quote unquote, you are going to have to trust your squad, people. But I, for one, think Eze made the right choice with his, you know, his clinicalness in their box, and obviously joining Arsenal Football Club. And Linz, Eze did join Arsenal for one reason. And how romantic is it? Like, how poetic is it, people? Like, it's so poetic. We'll get on to Eze and all of these things. And Thomas Frank, I know Eze started. Our star creative man started. I don't know why he didn't start Xavi Simons, or I do. He looks like a 4th Street hooker. And to be fair, he looks like, is it Wonder from Snowfall? His hair's a mess. His football's a mess. He didn't want it. He's just not good enough in it. And I've never met a club that's so insecure as much as Tottenham Hotspur. Let it all work out. Has it worked out? Has he scored? Has he assisted? Is he, you know, well gone for him? Because I don't know. People are calling for Eze to do more. But again, it's poetry. Because what have I been saying about Eze? What did I say in the watching on? When I think of Eze, moments like that yesterday, you can't forget the fact that he scored 3 goals, but the way he took the goals. You go on YouTube and you look at his Crystal Palace highlights, a variety of goal of the season contenders. He's been fitting in. It's now time to stand out. And I know you're not going to score 3 game in, game out, but when we signed Eze, I described him as a English Swiss Army knife, because he can play in a bunch of roles. He's obviously a good player. We know about his technical level. But the one word I couldn't shy away from or run away from was talisman. Like, he's a talismanic figure. He's capable of those kind of moments. He's done it for Crystal Palace when they've gone to Wembley, and he did it yesterday. That needs to become the minimum, and I'm happy that Trossard's form continues. I do, obviously, when Eze scored a hat-trick, and obviously, you know, the whole talking points with him being an Arsenal man, almost going Spurs, that's going to dominate things, but Trossard's form continues. Marino came in and he mucked him well. Eze, now I need that level of performance on a consistent level. Saka, can we go up the gears? The Havertzes, the Jesuses, the Martinellis, you know, the Gyökeres, when you lot are back, go and do the same thing. But don't you ever we've got footballers. These are R&B youths. We don't know about little Bow Wow and little Romeo. He's rubbish. He's fully rubbish, and I love it. Big up Arsenal and actually getting the TIFO correct as well, man. That was nice. Arsenal have won all of their last 4 Premier League games against hot shite. We done it in 2024 where we won. Well, you can see we just win, innit? We'll be here all day talking about Arsenal beating them. Big up Jury and Timber. GA last season, people. Well, yeah, he got 4 of all of last season, and he's got 4 after 12 games. So you have seen our fullbacks contributing a bit more, and further confirmation that we dominate those things. And Thomas Frank, I know you said this in jest, but the game's the game. Who's Eze? Bearing in mind, you lot probably had the 10 shirts ready, the presentations ready, and all of that. For you lot to be shameless and say, who's Eze? You can do all of that. Who the fuck is Xavi Simons? And on top of that, if you don't know who Eze is, we were nice enough to display him and exactly what he's about yesterday. You know, Eze, you've had some moments, man. I was still very impressed with the whole team and Eze Newcastle away. Obviously, this is your standout moment. You know, obviously, we hope you do things and win trophies, but with everything that's been going in, and you're what, 11, 12 Premier League games into your season, isolated to that 90 minutes, I think it's a tough ask for, you know, for you to put in a more memorable game, but you've done your thing against Newcastle, did your thing yesterday. We loved your assist, obviously, way back when for Gyökeres, and that moment from against City for Martinelli to score. That's what we need from Eze on a consistent basis, people. So, yeah, man, great day at the office. And for all the talk around injuries and things, we stood up to be counted. It's nice to have an emergency stream when we've actually won a game, people. So, yeah, make sure you smash the like button. I'm going to get an Arsenal fan. We're going to have a bit of a fan show at, one-to-one fan show at 5 p.m. So make sure you're there for that. Turn on your notification bells, and we'll get into all of this, people. We're here for a minute, man. We're here for a minute. James, appreciate you. Talismanic, bro. He's got the mic, innit? It's calm, man. Forget all that. We fast English. Forget that. Good afternoon. Love Arsenal, hate the ops. Again, best username on the channel. Smash the likes on your way in, and don't forget to subscribe. Shane, boy, come on. Oh, was it Spurs that said this workout meme? Bro, I don't know what's going on. Big up DG. If you're reading this, I hope you're well. You're doing well. Right back at you. Right back at you. And big up Hincapié. Like, obviously, Spurs are in a bit of a bad form and whatnot. And Hincapié is no slouch, but he's came in. He's done well. Didn't put a foot wrong. I wouldn't have cared if it was Mascara or Hincapié. You know, I did want to see Hincapié because I like what he could be for our team. He's obviously significantly experienced. And I just feel sometimes in trying to fix one area, which Gabriel's injured, if you move Saliba left-sided centre-half, or you put Calafiori there, or you put Mascara there who can play, I think indirectly you kind of make another problem trying to fix one problem, if that makes sense. Not that we couldn't have won without them, or we won't have to explore that. I just felt for that game, Hincapié thing, and you know, the boys got to recover and play Bayern Munich. And then, to be fair, man, I'm saying 4 points this week. Draw against Bayern Munich. Obviously, I want to win. And I demand that level of performance at Chelsea because, again, for my supporters that have been here for a while, yeah, big up the DG Nation. I've been vexed the last 2 years we played at Stamford Bridge. Beyond the obvious, I don't think the team that we've become have put their best foot forward. It's been a weird one where we've done well for 10, 15 minutes, bit of an indifferent after period after that. So, yeah, Spurs played not to lose instead of not trying to win. They were shook. And to be fair, going back to what I said, yeah, to be fair to Thomas Frank, obviously it's down to the manager. You've got to show the heart and the desire. But what if he was saying, yeah, you lot need to puff it? Probably what Arteta was doing. You lot need to puff out chest and it's the derby and be at it and fight. What if he was saying that and the players were shook? Because there is also that level. A manager has to promote what he wants to see from his team. But if you're looking around and bearing in mind Spurs have been inconsistent, the last London derby they played before us, there was booze. They're in a bad moment. So maybe he's looked at his boys and nobody wants to stand up to be counted. Everyone's hiding in their shell. So he set up negatively. Again, you can set up as negatively as you want. A back five, a mid block, a low block. That's not necessarily the wrong thing to do against Arsenal. But your players have to want to be difficult to break down, and it wasn't. And again, I'm just an armchair expert. But what did we see? Let sit on Van de Ven. Let them have the ball in the edge of the area. Sit on Van de Ven. They're gonna go long, food and drink. They struggle to progress when they do get into midfield from their defense. They struggle to go from midfield to obviously their attackers. Definitely against us. You let Romero have the ball. You let my man who's playing right back have the ball. They'll give it away. And even that, he didn't go with Puro because he's not the most switched on. He went with his two best 1v1 fullbacks in Doggy and Spence, and they got ran ragged essentially. You know, again, Spence, we'll get into it, but Spence ain't going to do those cringy little Instagram posts and all that crap about penitentiary. You need to take yourself to prison. You need to go down the road to Pentonville and lock yourself up, because that defending was shambolic. And big up Thomas Frank. I've come to my senses. Thomas Frank must be an Arsenal fan. He must be because he sits there and says in the press conference for Spurs, oh yeah, we got to remember we're 17th. You know, Arsenal have been for 6. He just keeps gassing us, isn't it? So one love, Thomas Frank, man. Unique qualities. You're so good, so good. You have no idea how good you are. Eze Pickens yesterday. It's a dreamer's world, and I'm happy for Eze. Facts. Happy for the team. Happy for us. Happy for 3 points. But obviously, beyond the collective, this is the moments we wanted with Eze. This is what we want to do, and we want that to be the minimum from you. And I must admit, I'm a bit shameless, but you would have seen it in the watch along. The first thing I did is, Saka, where's your hat trick? Because I reckon if you really wanted to, you could have got free then. For all of the stuff Saka's done and my star boy's done, Eze been here 6 months, player. I need that hat trick. Eze is our modern day soul when it comes to Spurs. I disagree, man. It's funny to hijack them and all of those things, and they were in a whisker of signing him, but nothing can replicate. And then for me, I would say modern day, because I grew up, that was my stage of Arsenal, innit? I'm 30 years of age. Like, nothing can replicate taking your guy for free, winning the league at your ground. And Sol Campbell is never going to, I don't think he's fairly spoken about. At one point, he arguably was the best defender in the modern day, and he was definitely top 3, top 4, top 5. Respectfully to Eze, I don't think it's going to get better than that. But I love it, though. I love it. Hyper appreciate you. Hincapié did his thing. And you're right, Roy. Now it's time to test ourselves against Bayern. Like, not even test ourselves. I don't know for Bayern, man, because they didn't have the best of performances at the weekend. Obviously, they're traveling. For us, it's more recovery. I'm sure in this week, the club have kind of half been focusing on Bayern, half focusing on Spurs. You know, they might do different little things, but it takes anything from 24 to 72 hours to recover. So I'm sure the boys are doing a recovery / tactical analysis today. There'll be some level of training tomorrow, and then it's on. You are going to see that in Wednesday's performance, in my opinion. But let's just get on with it. Listen, if it's up to me, we win every game. And these 3 games, who wouldn't want to win? You want to win the North London derby. You want to beat Chelsea. And Bayern Munich, we ain't really got problems with you. But, you know, I can only remember one game off the top of my head when Ozil was there when we beat Bayern. Other than that, like, they've, you know, you lot were prime Arsenal entertainment. Well, for rivals, innit? They used to move to us. So I do want a bit of revenge, but we'll have to see, man. I'll take a point, man. Again, I don't want rotation for rotation's sake, because for me, just briefly speaking about Bayern, Timber still plays for me. I'm not putting White in. Big up White, and if he plays, it is what it is. And yeah, you could argue save Timber as well, but I'm sure these boys want to play. Timber's playing. I'd actually start Miles Lewis-Skelly, but it should be the same logic with Calafiori, if I'm honest with you. But I would actually start Miles Lewis-Skelly. Hincapié starts for me. Saliba starts for me. Obviously, Raya's in there. Rice, it is what it is. You're starting for me. Zubi, you're starting for me. Eze Trossard, your defo starting. I reckon he does go with Marino through the middle and Saka. But then even that, do you put Trossard as a false 9, move Eze to the left to get Odegaard in? Or do you leave things as they are? Specifically, first thing, Trossard, you don't move him. Why he's in that great form? Sometimes throughout a season, you have to ride players kind of when they're in this purple patch. So why tweak it? And I wouldn't, Eze's not been in bad form, but this is a standout. If the pennies drop, do you just keep him where he is? But you could do that and lose. You could tweak things and win. Again, we've got a squad. We've got to utilize it and we've got to use it, man. So what did we say? Let's make a timestamp balance. Derby reaction. Fan thoughts. Let's go with that. Make sure you're taking part in the voting, people. So yeah, man. Here we go. Where else have we got, man? ADG, I was thinking now Odegaard is most likely to come back. What does Teta do with Eze? Because he surely can't drop him. It's funny what 90 minutes could do. You can't drop a man after he got a hat trick. But honestly, I don't know. Like, I don't know. We need different options. There's the scope to maybe at times, according to the game context, is to maybe give, I wouldn't say drop Rice, but the one game in the Blue Moon, Rice might start from the bench, or better yet, Rice comes off after an hour, or you go with Rice and one of Rice and Zubimendi. You've got Eze and Odegaard / the option of Wanyeri. Kind of, you got a lone 6 and you got them 2 in the 8s. Do you go with Trossard up front, shift Eze out there, put Odegaard in the 10? You do have these options, but I just don't think now's the right time to just square pegs in round holes. And again, if Eze had a good performance, but Saka got the hat trick, there still might be them calls to bring Odegaard in. But you know what? The players that are nursing their way back in, they don't necessarily have to be blooded in from the off. So, yeah, man. Do we reckon we're jumping ahead? I don't think Odegaard. I don't know. I don't think Odegaard starts against Bayern. I think if he's going to start, it's Chelsea. Or is I wonder if the Brentford game's penciled in. And we did it without a striker. But where the hell is Gyökeres? Gyökeres, I don't know where you are. I saw you was at the game. Big up you and Gabriel Magalhaes. All I know is Bayern Munich and Chelsea, you lot need to be in the matchday squad, please. Because if my players come back, my attackers start going through a purple patch of form, my defenders, whoever they are, we got so many, they stand up to be counted. Let's be honest, in the last 2 games, the 3 goals we've conceded, we could do a lot better. We're not here to blame everyone, you know, but Raya was moving a bit mad against Sunderland, and there were several other players in the phases for the 2 goals. Obviously, Zubimendi shot himself in the foot. And there'll be mistakes time and time again. Maybe there's an element of normalization. We, as good as we are defensively, probably due to concede some goals in it, because there was a minute we weren't conceding, weren't keeping clean, weren't even conceding shots on target. But yeah, man, it is what it is. It's difficult though. And again, these are the questions you want. These are the questions you want. As much as the collective comes first, everybody's friends, all of this. If you're in that starting 11, however you got there, because I don't know if everybody was fit, if Trossard would be the left winger. I don't know if Eze's form was still a bit indifferent, if he would stay playing through the 10. But wherever you've ended up, grab that spot and hold on to it. Calafiori's holding on to his. Hincapié, hold on to yours. Eze, hold on to yours. And likewise, if you have that spot and you're on the bench, make some noise, man. You can't. Trossard's our best performing attacker. He's our best performing attacker at this moment in time. And damn right, one of our players, like players that are playing to another level this season. Gabriel was one. Rice is coming into his form. I won't even extend that to Eze just yet. But, you know, you had a great 90 minutes. You've had good games. That was a great game from you. So we need to capitalize on that. We need to, man. We need to win some silverware this year, man. Like, I keep saying it. I keep saying it. There's 4 opportunities. I'm convinced we're having a parade in May. I can't tell you what competition. If it's me, I'm biting your hand off for the Champions League today. If after that, the Prem, it is what it is, or both or either one, I'm laughing. It does feel, and only Arsenal fans will get this. It's not to say we're better than this one and that one and the greatest in the world and be arrogant, but does it not feel like we will be the reason if we don't win this trophy? Like, it feels like only we can stop ourselves. We need to take the good and make it great. What I mean by that is, you know, obviously we scored a lot of goals. We were street smart. Everything went well yesterday. But in terms of, you know, take what went good and make it great, the evident areas of improvement. No matter how good you are defensively, you're going to concede. But with that mentality, what led to us, beyond the obvious, what led to us conceding that goal? Yeah, because I might say Zubimendi, there might be a passage where we're like, oh, what happened there? Obviously, we scored. We were clinical as well, completely dominated them. But first 30 seconds, why didn't we get 4, 5? Because again, if you go and look at some of the players' comments, especially Trossard's a shithouser as well. He kept, you know, when he was having interviews with, like, not the English press, the others, he was just trolling. He said it his best. Should have been 3, 4, 5. They're lucky. They should have held 5, maybe even 7. But Spurs, it could be better. It could be worse, man. You lot, go do your thing. Odegaard and Eze have to start together. Arteta should have rotated earlier, though, but the conceded goal probably stopped him a little bit. And maybe this means others are ready to come back in. I hear it. They're shook, man. They're shook. DG, this is a delicate week, man. That Chelsea game is on my mind. I'm praying for full fitness. I hear it. So said at the time he left Tottenham to win trophies. Exactly. DG kept his Trossard thoughts. I told man don't sleep on Trossard because you look can't. I don't know the saying in it, but some of you can't see the forest from the trees or whatever. Like, you need a squad, and I've been saying this. Actually the year we went out to Bayern Munich. In the Champions League, you need a squad. No one, I do think Trossard people are very disingenuous. He's a fucking good player to have in this squad. Him and Martinelli, if you want to leave, that's your business. But for this season, my thing was, you two are staying and you get moments like this. If it was up to me, big up Berta and Arsenal, but we would have had 9 players. I couldn't tell you the left winger, but whether it's whatever you lot want, whether it was Leao, Rodrigo, Semenyo, this one, that one, Nico Williams, whichever one, you grab that. Trossard is a very experienced man and he's a very good player. And people don't want to give him credit, whether he's going to do the super sub. And to be fair, man, I'm calling him super sub. And those are his best moments. He's starting week in, week out and making it happen. It's a weird one, though, because I do still think Trossard could be sold in the summer. You know, imagine him and Martinelli, we keep talking about them as they are. Granted, if they stay. But another way of looking at it, maybe Burton and Arteta go, oh, they're not players we try to force out the door, but they're players that For the right price, you get us talking. Maybe their stock is as high as it's ever been. Trossard's evidently older, easier to move on. He's older. He's under contract less amount of time. Martinelli's a difficult one. But yeah, big up Trossard. Big up, really, really impressed with Trossard this season, man. Like, he scored a screamer against Sunderland and his performance was there. That's the thing with Eze. Like, Eze's not going to get... Because people don't... Obviously, we're getting caught in the evident talking points, but... And it's not that we had much defending to do, but... And I'm exaggerating a bit because I definitely like the hat-trick, but if you go and watch that 90 minutes back, anytime Spurs did break, Eze's busting his ass to get back. So that tells me you're not just resting on your laurels, you're buying into the collective. A bit like what we see Odegaard do every week. And, you know, against Newcastle, Timber probably should have scored when Zubamendi did it. Them little scoop assists over the wall, like over the defensive line of Spurs. You wanted us to get one of those. Eze, and obviously Eze scored, it was great. And for me, like, he smelled blood. Like, no goals are identical, but it felt like he did the same goal 3 times. I'm on that. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. DG, what are your player ratings? Raya a 6 or a 7? A 6, man. Not even a disrespectful way. Like, obviously, Raya, I don't blame Raya. Obviously, you're off your line. It looks mad. But that's against the run of play. We've got to remember, Raya, it sounds mad. He's a goalie, but goalies are like your first attacker. They're like outfield players. So his starting position's there. Zubamendi's taking too long. His pocket's picked. It's a mad thing. But I don't think Raya had things to do like that. So a good 6 in like that. I want Raya to be the lowest rated player week in, week out. I don't want to see match of the day highlights from David Raya in that, like what we used to see Ramsdale have to pop off week in, week out. I want my keeper to have nothing to do. It's just, that's the most annoying thing because we could have kept a clean sheet and we keep up that weird tradition. Like, Spurs have this habit of scoring worldies against us and losing, but, you know, put that in the trophy cabinet. I know you got your little Europa League one, but you're not going to get another one, are you? But you are right. It's a delicate week, man. But relish it because it's not to say we're the biggest and baddest in terms of, and I know we need to get that monkey off our back of winning major honours and stuff, but if we cut all that crap and look at what football actually is, we're a competitive side, we're a good team, it's a long day at the office playing us. Like, we're not just going to, anyone can get battered, anyone can have off days, we're not just going to get moved to. We can't say we're on a level playing field with Bayern Munich, but definitely during this Emirates era, like, we should be that. We should be believing that. The same goes for Chelsea as well. Obviously, we used to beat up Chelsea. Emirates era, can't really rate Jogba's thing. Jogba's doing it against some random academy kids. Now the big boys are back. Cole Palmer's scared. He's running. It feels like I never buck into Cole Palmer when we play each other. But it's all good. But it's a big week. But we should relish it. As much as football's serious and we talk about this could do that if we win, that happens and this. Enjoy it. These are the games you wanted to play. These are the talking points you wanted to be in. And when we're maneuvering how we need to, we should have confidence, man. Like, winning's infectious, losing is infectious. So yeah, it's all good right now. Keep doing what you're doing. And you got to go back to what you said, Rob. I must admit, I did want to see Lewis Skelly and Wanyeri on earlier. Basically, when the game panned out, I was thinking, bring Max down, man. No, man, this ain't Sunderland away, man. He can play in this. The sun's not bright, but you get the point. Fuck Spurs, man. It's a great Monday. Big up DGR for one thing. Eze hates Spurs as much as we do. Come on, trapping with Jay. What a name. Need Timber to chill against Bayern. Diaz is injured. Nah, man. I mean, big up White. I'm on starting Timber for an hour. White, you maneuver. Or even Mascara go right back. I'm not on the starting Ben White thing. Obviously, if Ben White starts, and it's nothing to do with Ben White, it's just I'm not on resting players for the sake of resting. I get it. We need to rest players. We've seen players injured from the start of the season. We all know the current talking points we're in. I definitely understand it. If more people go down, you lot can say, DG, I told you so. But, and I know we've got a good platform in the Champions League and things, but things can get scary very quickly in life, man. If you fuck up against Bayern, yeah, people might say you got Club Brugge. Now, I expect to beat Club Brugge, but that is not as easy as the game suggests on paper, especially away from home. So the quicker we win games, the quicker we can rotate, man. For me, Timber out, it's an hour thing. Provided the game goes how we need it to, you're on there for an hour. Ben White, that's you. Ben White, you get where I'm going, in it. Ben, your time's coming. So yeah, can't see the wood from the trees. You know what I was talking about. Yeah, the wood from the tree, wherever the chart is, man. So we're winning the league. Boy, I wouldn't be me if I didn't do this. Press conference mode. So Deluded, you know, we'll listen for questioning. So yeah, we're winning the league. The first thing I'd say is when you say we, are you referring to Arsenal Football Club or are you referring to another club? I can only speak on matters that concern Arsenal Football Club. And to which I would say define winning the league. We're Arsenal. We're one of the biggest teams in England. It's true that we haven't won the Premier League in 20 odd years. That should be the ambition every year. Every year it's a disaster if we don't do that. I don't look at the league table, but it feels like we're winning a lot of games. If we win the most and lose the least, then you never know what could happen. But in many ways, winning the league could be defined as looking at Trossard. A year ago, well, I did it against Pedro Porro, but a year ago, Trossard never had this run of form. And now look. So yeah, if we keep working, who knows what will happen in May 2026. But right now, it is November. So let's just keep working. Let's run fast, score goals, defend, win as much as we can, lose as much as we can, lose as least as we can. Definitely not lose as much, lose as least as we can, and see where it takes us. It does feel like the stars are aligning, though, man. We need to stay calm, though, man. We need to, because we're any little mishaps, we're maneuvering, we're winning games. We've got a bit more, in my opinion, even heightened inevitability and maturity. Arteta at times, the majority of the times, you've got them right. You know when to play certain players and when not to in the changes. Really impressed with us getting a bit more out of our fullbacks this season, and actually Timber and Saka down the right hand side. In fact, wide play last night, full stop. Actually, like we were setting up weird little traps even when Spurs were going forward. Marino, what the goal Marino set up again? No, was it Marino's or Eze's? Again, Tactical Tuesdays, a new show we got coming up. We're going to start bringing out the tactical videos. Then there's a goal where we've broken and we've set up a trap on our left hand side. There, right. We've got out of that. The rest is history. Seems like Oliver mostly behaved, bro. See, even that control the controllables. We don't like Michael Oliver. He ain't going to be on no one's Christmas card list. But when you control the controllables, don't give the ref nothing. Anything Spurs got, which was a goal, we gave that to them. We could control the controllables. We started well. We dominated the game. The first goal is obviously great, but like the timing of the twos, the second and third, and then straight after halftime, obviously getting the fourth. Bobby's your uncle, man. That's the ruthlessness and clinicalness we need. Carragher said only Arsenal will stop themselves from winning the Prem. I agree with him. Nah, man, we're not giving that to Jamie Carragher because I've been saying that. You lot have been saying that. Jamie Carragher, hey, someone send a cease and desist, copyright. You're not claiming that. Don't bread us. And furthermore, stop talking about us, Jamie Carragher, man. Do you know why Jamie Carragher is a bit of a waste man sometimes? Because even in that overlap thing, yeah, him, and when he's not trolling, he's actually decent. But all of the people on the bench, or man said the bench, the table, they're actually having a decent conversation. And you know, when someone makes a joke, it's not funny. He keeps running the corner thing. He keeps running it. Everyone's looking at him like, be serious. And why did Jamie Carragher look vexed Arsenal won yesterday? Like he was seething, like absolute waste, man. And again, for a former professional footballer to sit there and say, you know, you'd imagine someone that came up through an academy, granted safeguarding rules are probably stricter now. When you're coming out and saying things, like you said a few months ago about Max Dowman, Mikel Arteta is not letting him change in the adult changing room because he's trying to tell him, like, know your place. No, mate, you just can't literally have a 15-year-old in with that. And if you did your due diligence, Wanyeri had to do the same thing. And I'm sure Lewis Skelly until they turn 18. But they know, they know it. They just, once you turn on the camera, people forget themselves. They're being horsed to the algorithm. Forget them, man. Forget them. We're our own worst enemy. I need Saka to lift a tie. We need everybody to, man. This club needs it, much less us fans. The fact Wright got close to that is insane. It is still. Bless. If he was a step backwards before the shot, he would have saved it. It's true, but you got to remember, Zubi is Zubi. Like, I love Zubi, but this is where Zubimendi's got to improve. He is press resistant. But, and the thing I'm looking at you're taking too long. Like, and I get it. You've come from Spain where everything's kind of slow. Things that you can do in 2 touches, you're taking 3s and 4s. For a midfielder with eyes in the back of his head, it happens. Your pocket got picked. Needs to kind of adapt to that and do things quicker. It's a stupid one, but he's made the mistake. He'll have to hold that. We'll make mistakes time and time again. And I know people will get onto these players who make mistakes, but at the end of the day, the only way a footballer cannot make a mistake is never playing a game of football. Same goes for the manager. I wish we lived in a world where Arsenal make no mistakes, score a million goals a game, concede nothing, but that's not how life works. We are winning the league, DG. You, 97 points trophy. It's you, DG. Listen, I hope we can win the league. Boy, I hope so. We've got a big of a chance as everyone. We're in a 3-way fight. We have to keep our feet on the ground. Let's just keep moving. 6 points sounds great in terms of a gap. 9 sounds even better. 12 would be amazing. Can we just have that title race where I think it's going down to the wire, but we just run away with it? Because I'm on the healthy points gap, man. Gnabry might miss the game if that's the case. They have no left winger. But I'll stop the define the winning thing. Never. Can we go back to back though? Listen, are you talking about retaining the Prem? I can't lie, bro. Right now, get this first monkey off our back, the first Premier League of the Emirates era. And then that has to be the mentality, man. You have to walk before you can run, man. Oh, so now everyone's confident. I'm not hearing that get over the line question anymore. You still have to get over the line. Save that until DJB's here, man. Big up, Jay. The treble is on the way for Arsenal. Hope you're ready, DG. We win a treble 9 months from now. I'm having a kid. I can't lie, man. Because, bro, if it's I'll take any treble, but if it's a 30 treble, like a Prem, a Champs, an FA Cup, what do? We need to stay humble, man. Let's just get one over the line. Let's just keep working, man. But you do dream. You do dream of us, especially the Champions League. Because I remember Chelsea did it, them Cobham boys, like all the academy players, they took a picture with the Champions League. I love for Dalman, Wanyeri, Lewis Skelly. Fuck it, let's get Saka in there. And Eze to do the same thing, man. I'd love to be shameless as well. Like Marino's the best striker in the league. He's one of the best. Oh, and then when somebody rebuttals that clearly a logical statement, well, but he's won the Prem. I see someone on Twitter call him Wham Percy. Like, big up Mikel Merino. Again, big performance. Another one that obviously not that nobody don't care, but like Eze's become the poster boy of yesterday, innit? But there was some great collective performance, but there was some encouraging individuals. Marino, he stood tall. Trossard, he did. I think Saka and Timber with dog's bollocks. Big up Hincapié and everybody else, man. We're going to see armpits in May. Trossard doesn't get enough respect, man. Everyone forgets about him until he pops a goal or an assist. It's true. Humble, but I'm confident about it. DG, by the 24th of May, 2026, will Arsenal Football Club be ranked first in the Premier League table? I hope so. We just got to keep working. As I said, we've got to win a bunch. We've got to win a bunch of games and lose as least as possible. And let's see where that takes us. I don't look at the league table, so it makes no difference to me if you ask me on the 24th of May or today, ironically, on the 24th of November. I don't know where Arsenal are at. I think we start the Premier League first, or even with Bournemouth getting promoted recently, first or second. And I'll look again in July. Honestly, like, I just like to look week in, week out. But I'm confident we're winning a trophy. If we get out, honestly, I'll answer that with no silliness. February the 1st. February the 1st. The quad is loading. Tranquillo. The level we're currently at is our meaty. Returning players will push on and become even better. We can't even stop ourselves. This is inevitable. You're right. And this is what I mean. Like, for me, I give Eze right now, obviously, madness yesterday, but a positive 6 out of 10 in your Arsenal career so far. Zubi the same. Yoker is the same. I actually feel Saka, for your standards, you're actually playing quite well, but kind of a 6 out of 10. Madueke, you was doing well. Obviously, you're injured. If my attackers can start performing and individually doing what they're doing, relationships start building. Again, in our attack, I think it's more of a case of course, there's things, and I guess that Arteta's got a tweak, but I actually feel, to be honest, from that Newcastle game to now, it's more of a thing. We just need players available, relationships start building, whether that's Eze and Odegaard or Eze/Odegaard with Rice and Zubamendi. Obviously, whoever's playing in that Odegaard role, how they link up with the forward. You get where I'm going with this, but you got to go up the gears, man. Kara is lurking the streams. He's taking our talking points. It's a matter of time till he's dropping my bars about the Arsenal movie, probably. I think Big Gabby will be back by Brentford. We got to say, calm, man. Bro, we haven't even hit form that people consider good yet, and we're cruising the table. And that's the thing. I would say that with everybody. It's 11, 12 games into the season, this is exactly why I'm happy or relaxed. For once, my club has done what I speak about in August. From August to now, get me in these talking points or keep me in these talking points, which we're doing. There's twists and turns. Keep your nerves. Right now, it's all happy. Against Sunderland, and obviously Liverpool and City played each other. Think about how people were carrying on then. Actually cast your mind all the way back to the period, I would say, from Manchester United away, probably up until Manchester City at home. Arteta, handbrake, coward, all of this. And I don't subscribe to all of that, but I do think there's learning curves. There is learning curves. I do think second half was on the gaffer against Liverpool. I do think the first half against City was on the gaffer. I think as a team collectively, we're all in this together, but I think there's plenty of us, as much as we're doing well. There's obviously other games we can look at. Newcastle, maybe we couldn't have conceded that goal. But the games I look at, and I don't want to kind of see repeated, when it's all said and done, I think there's plenty for us to learn. Sunderland away, Liverpool away, and City at home, if we want to get to that next level. Let's say if Saka and Odegaard turned mad and tried to hijack the win, they couldn't even stop this. 5 margins for sure. I was mad we conceded that. It's because it's against Spurs that we love doing that. Like we beat them when I'm sure Lamela done that Rabona thing. I'm sure Harry Kane scored a cracker which they lost. And yes, we love that idiot stuff, man. He was waiting for us to drop points, DG. We're different this season. The boys are learning and the gaffer too. Every time rivals slip up, we've taken advantage. And that, to be fair, against Sunday we didn't, but generally. To be fair, Zubi isn't getting pressured by Bayern level Paulinho every week. It's true, but again, I look at that. I look at the second half against Liverpool where he's conceded the free kick. Not even onto him about the free kick. I actually think a bit of City, but this is to be expected. My man's been in the country 2 minutes. The league 2 minutes. He's warming. So me and some guy are going back and forth from one of my videos about Zubimendi, and I'm saying, all right, cool. Because one thing I've never done is call Zubimendi world class, but I won't apologize. I think he's better than Thomas Partey. I think he's cold. I think he's changed our lives. I think Zubimendi's sick. Right now, Zubi, if I was talking to you, it's a 6 out of 10. Do things a bit quicker. I do think you could put not get whammer, but get a bit stronger. You'll be all right. Talk to anyone chatting shit about Zubimendi. I'll hold my L now, or I'll hold my L in general. Talk to me in May. That's it. I'm putting my neck on the line for Zubimendi from a footballing point of view. So yeah, we're going back and forth. Where is it? Let me even try to find it, man. I think his name's Chucks or something. He's a supporter of the platform. But I was thinking, damn, I didn't even. One thing about me, hold me to account. But you know what annoys me? When people say things I didn't say and they're drawing me out for it, I'm like, I didn't even say that, lad. Didn't even say that, mate. Like, it's all that about KCR. But yeah, anyways, man, keep the thoughts going, people. Let's make another timestamp because I care about you lot watching this. Oh, wouldn't be able to find it if I type in the incorrect numbers. Keep your thoughts coming, folks. We owe Bayern 1. Would be nice to beat them now when they're on a high. It would be. Mentioning Timber because people don't talk about him enough. To be fair, Timber's probably reached that level now where you're too lit now. It's not a surprise, isn't it? But we love it. Does Odegaard start after that Eze performance, assuming Martinelli will start left side? Unless that means Trossard's playing through the middle, then that left-hand side is Trossard's for the foreseeable future. It's Trossard's to lose, ironically. Like, it's Trossard's to lose. Odegaard's a weird one because do you start him against Bayern, give him some minutes? Do you bring him off the bench in the 2 games against Chelsea? Do you start him or get minutes against Bayern Munich and then you've got him as a secret weapon against Chelsea? I don't know because it's one way beyond the obvious. You wish you worked for Arsenal because you don't know the fitness. Obviously, all the players that are injured right now could all be signed off and they're ready to play in whatever games we've got. But this one might still be struggling. This one might be a bit fresher. This one's knee. And again, according to the injuries, this one's got a knee issue. This one's got a tight thigh. What specifically they've got kind of dictates what you do, man. But if Odegaard's there, we probably press a lot different because we didn't press as aggressively, consistently yesterday. And big up Marino, you put yourself about. You're not the quickest. And I will ask this again, yeah. Granit Xhaka or Marino, yeah, 100-meter dash. Who you putting money on? I'll pay good money to watch that, man. Like the vid if you haven't. Today's not the day to be stingy. Tell them again, bro, Marino pass. If certain other players did it, rightly so, because they do it all the time, we'd be gassing. That was a serious pass. And again, Marino can only make the pass if Trossard makes that run. So it's good link, it's good relationships once again. And people wanting to make the difference, man. Smash their likes. If Jesus is healthy for the rest of the season, I think we get the champs for sure. We need everyone. If you had to choose one, would you rather win the Prem this season or the champs, the Champions League, bro? We ain't done that. I need that. But if we won the champs and we didn't win the Prem, don't get it twisted. Cloud9, we're happy. Arteta, we do have to have an inquest as to how we didn't get the Prem over the line. The champs, but one of the two, the champs, the Champions League. The Champions League, like if I was a footballer, like I don't know if I'm, like the players that play for their club and country, like your Declan Rice, your Saka, your Cole Palmer, your these kind of guys. I'd always want to win the World Cup, then the Champions League, then domestic leagues. Like, I'd love to win the Premier League, but if I was a footballer, I wouldn't be upset if I won the World Cup and the Champions League or one of the two and didn't win the Prem. If I won the Prem and retired, I'd be upset that I never won the champs. No agenda. I'll watch the movie, director's cut. There's no post-credit scenes. Boy, is running the quad agenda till the wheels fall off. DG, keep running it, man. I'm saying champs as well. I did see what Rice said when he said, let's kill him. That's what we need. The issue with the party thing is some people really fell for the propaganda about him being the best DM in the world, in the league when Rodri was running things. Watch along yesterday was great. My player rating for DG was a 9. A 9. Chair, talk to them. A 9. I'm chasing the illusion of perfection. No, it's a 10. Man said 9. I gave everyone the game plan. I predicted Eze's back in. Yeah, the tops came off and there was a lot of swearing. I was emotionally thinking, I need a 10. I'm sorry, I can't accept that. That almost feels like an insult. No, I know no one's perfect, apart from me. But you're moving like I did the Zubimenti thing. I even started earlier as well. I brought stats. No, I'm controlling the 10. But DG Nation, big up you lot. I'm controlling 10 out of 10. I can't lie to you. Champions all day. I'm tired of man telling me about the champs. Same. I'm tired of the not Spurs. Spurs thing's dead, but champions of Europe, you never think that. And if we get one champs, we might get two. You get two champs. Them pagans that we got on Sunday, boy, they have to shut the fuck up about certain things. Timber is generational. You can't drop him. We just need to. He's a prized possession, but you know, cars have. You could have a Rolls Royce or a Lambo there, or a KA. All these cars still need to be MOT'd. So we have to look after Timber as well, man. Because I do think when it comes to Timber now, Saka, and obviously Declan Rice, Arteta, if it was a car, Arteta's dry steering it. He's like, yeah, man. We need to look after these guys, but play them, man. Now you're a villain, DG. Marino versus Xhaka 100-meter dash, bro. Seriously, who wins? Who wins? Because I'd love to see it. Because Xhaka might start out the blocks explosive, and Marino might be like, not like Usain Bolt, but Usain Bolt in a sense that, you know, the more the race kind of goes on, the faster they get when they click into gears. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. The chair will be happy when the chair will be so happy to see us lift the trophy. I might lift my chair, to be fair. I said, F it, I think Xhaka wins. So, DG, when we win the quad, you got to get replicas of all trophies and sit them in the chair and run the whole stream like that. We win the Prem. I'm getting a replica Prem. I'm therefore going down the road to White Hart Lane and taking a picture. Because when Expression, big up Expressions, when he did that at the Emirates, I was rattled still. People used to run past Xhaka before he could turn. He wasn't just slow. Before 60 minutes, Marino might win, but after Xhaka taking that, I can't call it. I genuinely don't know. It's one where you wish you had access to all the, I don't know, the GPS stuff that these footballers use and actually see who's quick. Like, I've seen Arsenal win the league many, many times. I'd like the champs, but the youngers want the Prem. I hear it. I want both, man. The champs. The Champions League, the wounds of 06. Let's have it right, yeah. I hear it. I don't think it's illogical to want the Prem, but one thing, Arsenal fans, young and old, we failed in Europe, man. We're too big and beautiful of a club to have this European record in terms of trophies and dark marks against our CV. Let's be real. How many? We could probably count up to 10, maybe, if that. You know, great European nights, keyword nights. Some of you just, I weren't there when George Graham won the thing. So big up to you lot that was in it. We ain't got too many. Yeah, cool. We beat Real Madrid. We beat Bayern. We've done some great. The whole run in 06. We've had some good moments. But we need to scumbag some European trophies, man. Oh, the sins of 06 must be addressed. They must be addressed. And it weren't even our fault. It's cheating referees. But I can, like, I'm fully healed if that happens. What are you saying about Hincapié? In my opinion, he did well. Made the right decisions at the right time. But let's be real, Spurs offered nothing going forward. They didn't. But at the end of the day, that's not his fault. He stood up too. Bayern's a different test. Chelsea's a different test. We'll learn more. But it's a great game. It's a great game. On the grand scheme of things, it's not a great game because North London derby, it could have been a lot more cagey, but it's a big game. You equipped yourself well. Obviously, footballers still have to run about, but if you didn't have to do that much defending, it's a great game to get a bit warm, get a bit of blood in the legs, going forward, because we're going to need you. The team, and that's the thing. We scored 3-4 goals without trying, not even without trying, but you lot didn't push us to our limits. Like Sunderland did, Newcastle did, shitter teams have, respectfully. Well, no, you don't get much shit than Spurs. We got Marino shouts. Marino got him on toast, bro. I don't know. Slyly, you know. But then again, Xhaka used to box crash a lot in his last year because I'm just thinking about Marino actually, when it's that little 6-meter dash to get into that box, he's kind of quick. Not quick, but he's kind of quick. You know what? I'll leave it to a poll, man. We'll make a poll about that. Again, I asked you for player of the match, excluding Eze, because we all know it was going to be Eze. 46% of you went with Trossard. Marino got 12%. Saka and Rice got 20%. Timber got 22%. I must admit, though, I think you lot are being a tiny bit dishonest because I think there should be more ratings for Marino than Rice and Saka. Slyly, very slyly, but it's all cool. But, in fact, let me ask you, Xhaka or Marino? Because I did say I was going to ask you like that. Who wins in a race? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Xhaka, Marino. Probably be there for like 2 days watching that. It'll come like a tennis match, but yeah, or cricket game. But yeah, a watch along DG 10 player rating can't be given until it's this watch along where we secure the silver. You know what? Fair play, man. Fair play. And again, tell them again, correcting 06 is the mission 111 or 101 or whatever. But at the same time, yeah, we got shaky. It weren't meant to end like that. Cut that run. No one gave us a chance against Madrid where we had injuries. Funny that. Dealt with them. Layman saving penalties against Villarreal. Beat Juventus. Took the lead in the final. Sol Campbell is lit in Paris as well. Obviously, they weren't born in Paris, but we had French players. It weren't meant to go like that. And a part of me feels, a part of me doesn't agree with what I'm going to say, but a part of me also agrees with what I'm going to say. I think with the austerity measures and the lack of spending and everything, everything up until the last 3-4 years now at the Emirates with the spending thing, I think that still would have happened if we won the Champions League. But then again, I do think maybe a part of me feels, I don't know what would have been the knock-on effect, but then a part of me also feels if we won that World Cup, if we won that Champions League in 06, it might have just changed the trajectory of this football club. To where? I don't know. That's just what guy feels, in it. I predict Madueke to score against Chelsea. Go do your thing. Go do your thing. It's mad though when you deep it. Eze scored against Port Vale, Crystal Palace, and Spurs. So if we get QPR in the FA Cup or Wickham or something, you know what's going to happen. Marino for the win. Are you not sure? I wish Havertz was fit for Chelsea. I reckon he's there. It's always the Prem. That's priority in my opinion. The bragging rights hit different everywhere. Yeah, internally, but no one could. But the same logic with that applies to the champs. I hear what you're saying, because if you finish second and we win the champs, they can still talk all their nonsense and all of that. But you can't tell me nothing if we won the Champions League. I don't care what you've got to say. That's bare bragging rights. So yeah, won the Champions League. Won the Champions League. Best team in Europe. Best team in Europe. And it is right. The best team doesn't always win the Champions League, but I always say the best team always does because they're the ones that lifted it. If you look so good, why didn't they? Man said yesterday was gig settings, walking apart. DG is Chelsea for real in your mind. I do think their project is going to work. I just think we should be winning that because their defense is shaky. And until I look at Chelsea's defense, and regardless of stats, because they're not as bad as I'm making out, but until I look at Chelsea's defense and I'm in awe and I'm like, wow, like obviously they ain't got Carvalho and John Terry and this one and that one, but anytime I look at them and think, wow, and not even just the players, but their whole defensive ethos, I'm not really shook because they have that ability of shooting themselves in the foot. Let's talk about Timber. Dude is a short version of Big Gabby. Both have that dog in them. He does. But is Timber really short or is he just next to Man Mountain? He's like 6 foot. Giroud might be slower than both. You know what? I reckon Giroud's got the long legs. He's like a slow horse. I reckon Giroud wins that. Warren, ain't no one reading all of that. We won, mate. We won. Warren, we're not reading that, man. Eze has 2 clubs cheering for him up the Palace. Love Eze. Come on. Defense is their Achilles heel. Thoughts on Hatter so far? He's getting barbecued every time he plays, isn't it? When you're a young defender learning the tricks and trades, like we each actually saw when he played for his country a few months ago, and you're in a team that it's like the blind leading the blind, you're in trouble, bro. And to be fair with you, I still would have had Hatter, but we all know we all want the best young players with potential. We want players currently and stuff, but where Arsenal are at trying to get over the line and all of those kind of things, the Hatto thing might not have banged for us. Like the Hatto thing, probably in an ideal world should have. But if we were to buy him, should have bought him and just let him stay at Ajax for a year or two. He's still a bit undercooked, man. To be fair, I trust Mikel Arteta with Hatto because if there's one thing Arteta's shown, he can develop defenders, as shown with the 2 we've got. Giroud's not slow, G. Remember the scorpion kick he scored? He was running like mad to get into the box. I said Giroud beat Xhaka and Marino 100% in the race. Hatto's not my baby. Remember Tottenham Rangers said he'd be back after the game. He did, you know. Where is he? Where is he? You lot proved me wrong. You won the league. How? Have we done this? It's still November. Eze finally got to cook in his faith position and X had the meltdown of all meltdowns. He didn't even celebrate when Richie scored. Why would that, to be fair? By then, no Spurs fan's going to do that, man. I know you won. I'm saying well done on winning. Nah, we haven't, man. We haven't done nothing yet. Whoever told him to go Chelsea, he's their baby, so he's their problem now. They must figure out how to get a teenage defender to develop at Chelsea. That's their business, man. They're still claiming about Reece James and that crazy works. Won't let that happen to me, though. It's so good to be an Arsenal fan, isn't it? It's such... Hey, the stars, man. God, please, man. I need this. Like, I actually need this. Like, I don't bother no one. I just try and be better than I was yesterday. It's our time now, man. We've had to sit down for too long. It's our time now, man. It has to be. And if it isn't, wouldn't know what to say, but save the well done for May, man. We'll talk in May. And I'm not being humble in May. We're being humble now. Oof. Hey, Warren, when Arsenal do win something in May, make sure you're still showing this YouTube channel the same support. You're a mod here. We value you. Has anybody seen Marcel? Because I haven't seen him since he was saying that. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. Respect. Respect. Anyways, had the summer worked out differently, you could have had a different shirt on today. As I said, let's not speak about that. God's real. Everything happens for a reason. My boy. My boy. Eze almost signed for Tottenham, chose Arsenal, scores in his first North London derby. Bit of a cult hero. Goal involvements in all comps. Trossard has 10. Eze and Rice have 8 apiece. Saka and Gyökeres have 6. There's 5 between, well, Martinelli, Marino, Timber, Calafiori have 5. So again, the oven's just turned on. We're not even cooking yet, and we're doing this. The oven's not even got warm. The water's not boiled yet. You can't put the pasta in there yet. It's scary, but not for us. And as for Jed Spence, I just want to know, where's them Instagram posts? Because Trossard dealt with you. Where's them penitentiary BS? What's going on? Get out of here, pretender. It's a special day in my life, said Eze. It's crazy. It's a special day for me, my family, and I'm happy to help the team win. It's so special. I can only thank God for it, for the opportunity to be here working and applying myself every day. It's a special day in my life. He said he prayed to God for a hat-trick, and God gave him one. We were prepared for whatever setup they were coming here with, and huge credit to the lads. It's a good day and a good performance from the team all round. He then said, yeah, scoring at that time was perfect. We knew we had to score again because they would switch up their game and play more aggressively. The goal came with great timing, but it still took a lot of work and effort to keep them out because they have threats as well. It's a great 3 points, as I say. Then he finally said, and this is what I like, hungry. And I thought he was going to do the Arsenal. I probably should have scored 4, to be honest. I'm always trying to score more and take my chances, to be more relentless. So I'm a bit disappointed not to score that one, but it's part of the game. It's part of the game, but I love it. Restlessness. We're here. No, don't come with this November. Look how many points you're ahead. It's 1. You made Spurs not come out to play in the derby. Eze first hat-trick since 70s parade was yesterday. Spurs fans saying Frank out. They've been saying Frank out for a minute. It's November. It's November. Until it's mathematically impossible for any team other than Arsenal Football Club to win this Premier League trophy, there's no talk from me. Get it over. It's a great night. And it was a great night. But this is just one of the many battles in the 38-game calendar. So let's keep going. Warren, though, I clocked you. You're starting to be a bit more nicer about my club, because when we get through Bayern and Chelsea and Brentford and this one and Aston Villa twice and Liverpool in January, towards the end of January, we got Man United. So I get it. You're being humble. You're kissing the ring. Don't worry. The corner boys are in the building. In fact, it weren't even that. We thought, let's play. Are you not entertained? We didn't concede a goal in October. We've currently got the most goals from open play in November. And this is for a team that needs to put the handbrake down. A team that sets up not to win. Not to lose versus to win. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Because if they're saying that about us, we're going for the other 19 teams. But hey, I'm just an armchair expert. We're focused on ourselves and putting in the work every day, because it's not by chance that you go out and perform. So we'll keep working, pushing and believing. We'll see where it takes us. Facts, my dude. Facts, my dude. Records broken from our 4-1 win over Tottenham. I, for one, would want to see what has been said. Eze is just the 4th player to score a hat-trick in competitive meetings between... Eze is just the 4th player to score a hat-trick in competitive meetings between Arsenal and Spurs. Fair enough. He joins Alan Sunderland, Ted Drake, Terry Dyson in that. Eze has scored the 400th hat-trick in Premier League history. He's the 23rd player to score one for Arsenal, with no sides having more different hat-trick scorers in the comps. Eze's teammate, Saka. It's time for you now. Eze is the first Englishman to score in his first league North London derby for Arsenal since Ian Wright and Kevin Campbell, RIP. You got folklore. We have won each of our last 4 league games against Spurs, only enjoying longer runs in August 1980 and January 89. Our 4-1 win over Spurs is our joint biggest Premier League win over them, 6th time doing so more recently in November 2012, where we won 5-2. We've scored 16 goals in our opening 6 Premier League home games this season, only netting more in 09-010, where we got 20, 04-05, where we got 19, and 2022-23 where we got 19. So it's fair to say there's another statistic about to come out there. Only against Liverpool, 6, does Trossard have more Premier League goals against a side than Spurs with 4. In 2025, only Haaland with 25, Salah with 23, and Buemo with 21. Semenyo, who should be joining us, with 18, have been involved in more Premier League goals than Eze, who had Eze's 18. 10 goals and 8 assists. All 7 of Eze's Premier League goal involvements against Spurs have come in his last 4 games against them. 1 assist and 6 goals, netting 5 in his last 2 games against them. And he got a brace in May 2025. And he literally went one better. And this is got to be the coldest tweet, man. The 17th of April, 2015. I swear I'm going to make it. And when I do, they're going to show this tweet. 10 years later. Say, boom, bye. This is amazing. This is amazing. You see, when you got the geezers and the man and we're working in tandem, this is the Arsenal I grew up on. This is what we're doing. Boys just fucking win silverware now. That's where we're at. Like, that's where we're at. No team is perfect. There's things we got to do. The goalposts and the talking points will always shift, but we're a good team. I want you lot to go down as greats, man, because in the last 3 years, we can't go back in time, should have won silverware. Don't let this be the 4th time where we haven't. You lot are too good enough not to do such. Eze has scored the 400th Premier League hat-trick. We went over that already, but see, we're trying to prepare for you lot. Gone over that. Eze is the first Arsenal player to score a Premier League brace against Spurs since Aubameyang in December 2018. Eze is the first Englishman. Oh, sorry, we went over that. Always trying to smash the like button and subscribe. Make sure you've got everything here, people. And again, we deserved it. Look at the halftime statistics. We scored 2 goals, created 2 big chances, 8 shots. Bearing in mind, all the stuff I've read out today at this moment, it's just, you can see it's just 4 zeros. Shots, we had 8. Shots on target, we had 4. Touches in the up box, we had 11. They had 2. Possession, not that possession means anything if you're not going to correlate it, but 67.6 to their 32.4. We only had 1 corner and there was 8 fouls apiece, people. So, yeah, man. And then you look at full time, we scored 4 goals, created 3 big chances, had 17 shots with 8 on target. 27 touches in their rock box, 57% of the ball to their 42, had 4 corners to their 1. They committed more fouls. They scored 1 goal, which was given to them, so they didn't create any big chances. They had 3 shots and 2 on target, and just 4 touches in our rock box. Complete domination. So the statistics reflect with what we saw with our eyes. From start to finish, we're better than them, and they're shit. It's as simple as that. Arsenal have never lost a game across any comp when Trossard has scored for them. I remember Martinelli having that, and Jesus having something like that. You sure? Well, you got to be sure. 32 games and counting. Fair enough, Trossardinho. He has contributed to 3 goals in his last 3 Premier League games, people. Give Trossard his flowers. He's got 1 assist and 2 goals. Give him his flowers. He has 4 goal involvements, actually, in his last 4 games for Arsenal. Assist against Burnley and Prague before finding the back of the net against Spurs, which was a great run and instinctive finish. I thought they were going to be haters and chalk it down as an own goal. And he scored a goal of the Arsenal goal of the season contender, to be brutally honest, with his screamer against Sunderland. That's up there. Zubimendi's up there. I wouldn't give it, but Eze's thing's probably up there. Couple great goals. He's more goal involvements than any other Arsenal player in 2025. And one of only 3 Premier League players to reach double figures for goals and assists this year. Bruno Fernandes, Enzo Fernandez, and now Leo Trossard. My guy, Leo. Arteta's scary. What's this? The attack clicked, and this was only the 3rd game this season that Arteta's side scored 4 or more goals in a game. Unlike on previous 2 occasions, though, none of the goals came from set pieces, and this was instead Arsenal at their free-flowing, incisive best. Eze was at the heart of it, but those around him played their part too. Mikel Merino, not for the first time, was excellent. Juan Percy as an emergency 9, and by dropping deep, he created space for Eze to exploit. Merino created the goal for Trossard, and he was another player that caught the eye. Trossard created Arsenal's 4th, and on another day could have been named man of the match. It was one of the best games, so aggressive with and without the ball, so effective. He could have scored another 1 or 2 goals, and he was involved in many positive actions. That was our manager. And we still got Martinelli, Madueke to fully return and be integrated. Jesus, Kai, Odegaard, and Gyökeres the same. Arsenal's returning cavalry is a scary sight, though, for the rest of the Premier League. But for Arteta, it's an intriguing puzzle to solve. Eze was excellent in the right 8. And we know that's Odegaard's role. Trossard's locking down the left. Merino, I'm not going to lie, Merino, you're doing your thing, but the minute Gyökeres is fit, bench, buddy. But yeah, it is what it is. 3 things we learned from Arsenal's win as Eze announces his arrival and Piero Hincapié steps up. Eze had a dream. We're not going to waste time on that because we've already been waffling about that. Marino and Trossard, unsung heroes. We've been waffling about that. Hincapié, you did step up. Hincapié had just 26 minutes of Premier League action under his belt prior to that game, so I'll give him his flowers for that. Did his thing. Great day at the office, man. Eze joins exclusive North London Derby Hat-Trick Heroes Club. So yeah, just more Eze propaganda being peddled out by myself. Eze's performance is no coincidence, says the manager. Unbelievable. I look at the stats, and when was the last time that somebody scored a hat-trick in a North London derby? Many years ago. So that tells you about the difficulty, but it's not a coincidence. And imagine Harry Kane is somewhere crying, and Van der Vaart. After the international duty, he had 2 days off, and he said, no, I want to train the next day. I want to practice. He was asking me questions about his positioning, about his pacing, about this. When a player has that talent, has a brain, and has the willingness to be better and to make an impact in the team, these things happen. Come on, Mike, guys. Xavi Simons, come outside. What have you done in the Prem? What have you done in the Prem? Magalhaes has done more than you in the final third, you dickhead. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Tottenham Wapping. Tottenham Wapping. You thought you could come in and talk foolishness? Get out of here. You wore suits as well, not knowing it was your own funeral. Crazy works. Before we bought drip, we invested in sticks. We're not like you lot. But anyways, I had with the Arsenal. Of course, we stay gunning and I'm not running. Chickens, I forget fried. I had goosebumps straight away. I went out there and I said, today feels different. Today feels big. And the players, I prepared them and I said, this is different. For the ones that haven't been here, that means so much. I mean, we have the great responsibility as well as the pride to make a lot of people happy and proud about this football club. And I think we certainly have done that. I enjoyed every minute of the preparation since the players came back from international duty. I could sense their willingness to be together and to get some momentum going as well with a big week that we had ahead and the atmosphere that we created from the first minute, the energy with the crowd and the performances of the players. I think it's an outstanding day. Fans that went to the game, Bayern Munich, that needs to be there. It needs to be there. It needs to. Let's see what Arteta has said. We know it was a great game, man. Well, a great day. I enjoyed every minute of it from the preparation since the moment that the players came back from international duty. Oh, sorry, we've gone over that. I think we've gone over that, but I don't think they had this part. I think individually the players were exceptional for minute 1. True, they were super dominant in almost every phase of play. So yeah, a day to remember. You don't win a derby 4-1 every time. Hopefully, we made a lot of Arsenal supporters very proud and happy as you did. I think we've gone over that, have we? No, I don't think so. Things happen for a reason. And after the international duty, he had 2 days off. And after 1 day, he wanted to train, he wanted to improve, and he wanted to do extra practice. He was asking me questions about this and that. When a player has such talent and his desire at that level, then these things happen. And he fully deserves it. I'm happy for him because it's the day he came. He brought something else to the team. It's a joy. It's an aura, proper aura, not what they tried to say Xavi Simons has, that this team needed. And hopefully it will give a lot of confidence in him and the team that at any moment he can win us a game. And that's the ability he has. And he certainly needs to fulfill that talent. Fair enough. Trossard, he said, yeah, for me, no, because for me, it was forbidden for him to leave. No chance. I know the player that he is. And surrounded with the players we have, he's a player that's going to make a difference for us. I fully agree. It was one of the best games. So aggressive with and without the ball. So effective. He could have scored another 1 or 2 goals. And he was involved in many positive actions. So that's what we needed. As I said, I think individually, the players were excellent. On Eze taking his chance, yeah, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It can be right, left, ball on the ground, bouncing ball at this height, and he takes it. He has such a quality and capacity to finish actions in different ways that we need him to play very close to the box. Because apart from that, obviously, for example, the ball that he put to Rice in the second minute, I think it was to play through and create that big chance, is exceptional. We need to play him in his qualities. The more he spends time here, the better for the team. And he's warming because now he's getting every game, the relationships are building with Eze and his teammates. And obviously, he believes in himself. He knows he's meant to be here and things. But moments like Newcastle, in my opinion, moments like the assist and the atmosphere and all that jazz when he set up Martinelli, definitely yesterday, it just gives further confirmation that in the most positive way, I'm him. I'm a difference maker because I look at Eze in this team in the same way I look at Saka, in the same way I look at Rice. You, man, can make the difference in all 3 of them. I don't think that, boys... If only Vicario didn't score that, man. Saka's found Eze with the scoop ball over the top. Rice has tried to hit it. Just wasn't meant to be. But all of Eze's actions, of course, the goals, how he took the goals, the fact that he got a hat-trick, the way he dribbled, his link-up play, tracking back, everything he did. I'm even seeing Saka try to score free kicks. Oh, it's peak for the league if Saka can unlock some free kicks, you know. It's scary, but not for us. So big up Eze, big up the boys. Well, that's what he showed from the beginning. And when he picked up the phone, I remember last summer, he said he wanted to play for us and he wanted to be part of this team. You can sense that. And hopefully he can enjoy today. And tomorrow he's ready for Bayern. On the importance to our mentality after the result, I can't imagine beating Spurs is going to do much for us. It's just to know, yo, we're 30. We're probably more happy that the other teams were fighting for a title with drop points. Yeah, and after the Sunderland game, at the end, we lost 2 points in the last kick of the game, basically. And we went to the international break with that bitter feeling because we didn't concede any goals. We had 10 straight wins and we wanted to get back to earning that momentum again. And the London derby in today's performance is a good start. Our lead at the top of the table. I never knew that. Gaffer, you know that. What define top of the table? I know we might be top for open play chances created in November. We might be top for clean, well, maybe for clean sheets in some aspects. I don't know, man. I'm gonna leave it to the manager to answer. I'm just a fan. In this league, not much. We're doing really well. We've been really consistent, and that's it. I mean, when you look at the results, whether they win or lose, the difference in the scoreline and actually what happens in games is really small. We know that. We need players back immediately today. We've got Noni back on the pitch. Big up Noni as well. Didn't even remember that. Big up Noni, which is great, but we're still missing a lot of important players, and we're going to need them all. The good news is we've lost big. Sorry, the good news is Gaffer, what? The good news is we lost Big Gabby, which is a massive blow. Okay, I see where you're going with it. And Hincapié comes in, and I think he was fantastic from the beginning. On what he's most satisfied with the squad, well, I don't know. From looking at our team, it's the application, it's the energy, it's the desire to be the best version of ourselves every single day. That's what I said. Sometimes we are better, sometimes not that good, but the willingness and the desire to win and be there, it's without a question for me the biggest attribute for this team. Trust the process for real. On Mikel Merino, double M. One Percy. Arteta, take it away because they say, oh, are you playing him up front? I say Arteta, for no reason, mentioned that he scored during the international break a few breaks ago. Yeah, I think he was incredible again. We are asking him to feel as a 9. He's not a 9. To do a lot of things that a 9 has to do, but he's such an intelligent player and his work ethic and his desire to contribute and make others better is that big. And again, those performances give you all the right reasons to continue to trust him. On how people describe Marino's position, I don't know, a defensive 9. Who gives a crap, man? A perfect night. Big up Leandro Trossard. I think it was important to get that goal. After that, it gave us the edge to go on and score more goals to create chances. I think we were dominant before, but obviously that gives you that little extra bit of confidence to go and win the game. It was a perfect night for us. It was a really good game overall in every aspect, from defense to attack. We're really happy with all the goals we scored as well. And then he said we needed that. He bigged up the North Bank. We needed that today, especially. I know the history of the North London derby, but every game is so important that you can push forward in difficult moments. It helps us as players, and it was just great. It's just a joy. Everyone was cheering. There's not much to say about it. That's what we really wanted. It's nice that we could give this back to the fans. The atmosphere was amazing. It was so good. They pushed us forward as well. So yeah, it's a really good night today. Anyone agree, disagree, all of that kind of stuff? Kimmich is more likely to score for us against us than Kane. Kane's going to score. I disagree. Odegaard gets back in. There's a world for both him and Eze on the same starting 11. Yeah, but unless Trossard's going false 9 right now, I think it's mad. Of course, Eze could go on the left and Odegaard. And could you have more rotating actions? Like, I think there's dodgy things we could do on that left-hand side where you've got Calafiori, Lewis Skelly inverting, Rice is galloping forward. Obviously, you've got Odegaard in the right 8 typically, but he starts in that pocket and you've got, say, Eze. There's everybody's intelligent to occupy spaces. There's so much nasty stuff that we could do. And I look forward to seeing it. We've got options. Tottenham are responsible for the 2 lowest for the nerds XG totals in the Premier League this season, against Arsenal 0.07 and Chelsea 0.1. Everywhere they go, pretenders, man. To dare is to do. I don't know about you. You lot are some pussy-os, man. You lot are shit. No wonder Chick King's opposite you lot. It's a match made in heaven. That part of North London is just known for chicken. And like Chick King, Tottenham's meaty and overrated. You're actually lucky. This is the only reason you lot got a bit of clout, because if Arsenal stayed in South, nobody don't give a damn about you lot. It was annoying for Richarlison to score, but at least it was a Brazilian don. Only 2 opposition players have scored against Arsenal at the Emirates, Haaland and Richarlison. He's now scored more Premier League goals for Tottenham than any other South American player. Okay. Man United haven't lost 5 in a row. Well, 5 games. That's crazy. The 2 of Tottenham's worst ever London derby performances come back to back because you lot are crap. Like Thomas Frank said, you mustn't forget you finished 17th. That was a ball. Their defense is crap. What's Ndogi doing? And look at my players, man. Look at my players, man. Look at the pods. You lot are attracting these Spurs players. You're offering an option, making him think I need to hold, but do I go and engage? If I engage, is there like what's going to happen? Are you going to sort me out? There's obviously several options behind you, and obviously this is a, football's a moving game. This is a still image. Wavy. Playing a back five to defend like that and concede 4, tough. Hincapié, come on, Spartan. Absolute smart. Wait. That smelled good. That must be an inside joke. Quite sure. Mikel Merino. And I know I should navigate this, but someone said same energy as Eze shakes the hand of Vicario. Oh, man. Big up Sol Campbell as well, man. It's what we do, mate. It's what we do. We're the Arsenal. So, yeah, man. That's what we do. Light work. Let's retweet that. Piss off Spurs fans. What's this? Arteta, well, he spoke about Saka's contract, but we're not there anywhere. They apparently, Eintracht Frankfurt have a habit of producing high-quality attacking players. And the latest of these, Jean Bahoya, is being targeted by Arsenal. It's not the first time we've been linked to him. Started the season in electric form. He has netted doubles in the opening 2 Bundesliga matches of the campaign. He has since grown unhappy as he's been pushed to the bench. Signed from Angers for just 8 million euros in 2024. Notoriously hard bargain drivers Frankfurt have slapped an 80 million euros valuation on the 20-year-old Frenchman. A left winger who is also capable of playing in the 10. He has a similar profile to Eze and could be on his way to the Emirates Stadium in the summer, given there's uncertainty over the future of a number of Arsenal forwards. Martinelli, Havertz, Jesus, Trossard could all be up for sale at some stage in 2026. And Bahia is seen as a player who could represent the next generation of stars at the Emirates. We're being linked with Mateta. Apparently, he could become a serious target for Arsenal if we can't agree a new deal at Palace. I would not be against him in the squad. Liverpool giving up on Isaac already. Crazy works. And Arsenal open talks, apparently, according to court offside, for Kenan Yildiz, 20-year-old Turkey international, who's valued at 90 to 100 million euros. There are rumors of new contract talks at Juventus, so pinch of salt. And I've still got the wounds of when we were taking around the houses with Vlahovic and more so Locatelli. So I guess my unconscious bias, and I know we bought players from Italy. Anytime we're linked with players, either Italian or playing in the Italian league that are Italian or just playing in Italian teams, always kind of dismiss it a bit, if I'm honest. Apparently, though, now the Gunners have opened discussions with super agent George Mendes, the creative forwards reps. George Mendes, how do you find him? With a view to assessing their ability to sign the player. A transfer promises to be a challenge, given interest from United and Chelsea, while Juventus remain well placed to keep Yildiz as he's under contract until 2029. Yildiz is in talks over a new deal with the Serie A giants, but these negotiations have stalled recently, fueling the possibility he could depart in 2026. He's going to cost an arm and a leg. We've gone over that already. Real Madrid are the latest name to follow Arsenal and Man United in being linked with Karim Adeyemi. Apparently, Mikel Arteta said it was forbidden for Trossard to leave, which we already went over. Skipping over, Karim Adeyemi has reportedly made it clear they would like to complete a move to Arsenal next year, despite interest from Man United. He has just 18 months left on his current deal, so he could be available on the cheap. Apparently, Real Madrid have been linked. He's always linked with Liverpool and Man United as well, to be fair. I can't say I believe it, but there's that. What's this? We don't need to worry about that. We beat these twats. We have apparently made an approach to sign Oxay's Ilyas Said, 16 years of age, people, at Marseille. And he's playing at the under-17s World Cup. I can't lie, Morocco's under-17s. I'd say out of the obvious, Morocco's under-17s, Austria actually playing Italy now. I've missed that match to be here with you lot. 3 p.m. I think Brazil's playing. I'll be there to watch that. So, yeah, man, we want to find stars of tomorrow. Arsenal and Chelsea have been linked with Murillo. Now, I'd have Murillo because I'm greedy and I want top players, but he's going to cost an arm and a leg. We've got Gabriel Magalhaes. Chelsea probably offer more first-team football. He's going to be too much of a big-ticket item where if we're going to spend the bag, you never know, but rather put that towards the left winger, subject to speculation over Leao, Semenyo, and Rodrigo actually heading into January, but we'll have to see. So, yeah, that's further confirmation of that, but it ain't worked out, has it, mate? It hasn't. It's big up Arsenal Football Club, mate. No one needs Martin Norway. Man, he'll be there with Norway. Warren, shout out, man. If Saka curled that free kick in, it was going to be scenes today on the internet, man. Odegaard slows the whole team down, spinning around, indecisive play of his harsh. No Rice and Zubi ahead of Odegaard. He's on the bench as well. Will upset when him run. Eze, Rice, Zubimendi can tackle. Can't get ran through like weak Odegaard. Also, midfield passing ball quicker. Oh, Odegaard's going to make you eat your words, man. This guy has no chance. Kane stock's going to plummet end of this week. Last time Kane scored a goal against us, Kivio was in the starting lineup. That's horrible, man. He did stand up against Real Madrid, man. Allow him. We're gonna keep Kane goalless without Saliba or Magalhaes. I don't know, man. Odegaard can't get back in this team. No way he'll downgrade us. We ain't missed him, DG. I think that's short time. We thinking we definitely missed Odegaard. And if Odegaard plays like the Odegaard how he was playing just before his injury, we need a squad because everybody loves Eze now. In the next 3-4 games, if Eze looks shaky or gets injured, what happens? We can't have short-term thinking. Go on, Trossard. Prove me wrong. Boy, I tried to tell you. You didn't want to listen. He's lower than Saka, Rice, Gabby for me. Who are you referring to? DG, when I watched the boys yesterday, for the first time, I said to myself, they finally looked like champions. They'll look like champions when we get over the line, but they're doing their thing, man. They're doing their thing. Timber has more goals than Simmons. I can't say I'm surprised. Trossard is proving his worth, BG. Trossard might be the best Leal. DG, do you think 1 year will go on loan? If he pushes for it, I think he will. Because we need you as a body, but you know what? They might sit there in January and say, listen, we can do Kai. I'm not saying I want this, and I'm not saying I don't want Wanyeri to play, but Marino can play in midfield. Kai Havertz can play in midfield. You've got Rice, you've got Zubamendi. We ain't been exposed to it organically, but you can play Miles Lewis-Skelly if need be's there. Norgard's there. Maybe the club say, you know what? We want Wanyeri to go. If we can find the right conditions for him where he's going to get first team football at a good club and they're going to play him centrally, why not? And they might, even Wanyeri's he's not high up in the pecking order, but he's still an option out wide, isn't it? Max Dowman's ahead of him where that right wing is concerned. You got Max Dowman, Madueke, and Saka, so they might. And it wouldn't necessarily be the worst. I'd love for him to get chances. Eze's an absolute baller. Totspur a lot was saying Xavi Simons was better than Eze, by the way. Let it all work out. He's better. He is. Xavi Simons is better than Eze. Xavi Simons is better than Eze at doing fuck all. And I, for one, would not swap him for anybody, mate. You know what I mean? Big up Eze. Let it all work out. Faith in football. Focus on your goals and let God do the rest. Eze busting out all the skill moves. Yes, now we're back again. The coldest Arsenal fan on the net, DJ. How are we, fam? King, you're far too kind, man. No, it's all you lot, but I appreciate it. I'm good, man. What guests you planning this week? Graham, DJB. I think there might not be that many collabs this week, if I'm honest. Me, 83, 82. What a time to be alive. Up the Gunners, man. It's surreal, man. It's surreal. We're doing all right. Odegaard looked bad many times before that little cameo. I was at St. James's watching, but team is better. I hear that. My thing is we're going to need every player, and I'm not giving up on Odegaard yet. I think Odegaard's a quality player, and I do think he's going to make you eat your words a bit, man. Bayern is going to be tough. The way Kane pulls back to damn near the back line to pull strings is unique feature they possess. I hear you, but take nothing away from Kane. Kane is a cerebral assassin as a traditional 9, and he does drop into midfield. What striker doesn't? Even Haaland has to drop into midfield. I don't think Kane I think Kane is going to score, but we've got more than enough to be a bit confident, man. And again, to be honest, I should look, but Hincapié being at Leverkusen and Kane being at Bayern for a couple of years, they must have crossed paths, man. Just doing the bantering thing doesn't equal a decent football opinion, unfortunately. My intellect will not allow me to say PSG are not the best team in Europe as the reigning European champions. Facts. You are champions. Well done, Arsenal. How many titles is that? Maybe one day you'll catch 20. Man, no one don't care about that. No one don't care about you. Look, Man United's 20. You made it on blood money. You had to cheat. And even that, we're focused on the future. You're going to be on the past. What you need to do is not be worried. Then put yourself in the present day. Liverpool are bullying you lot. City are bullying you lot. Be careful, because if you're not careful, you don't start getting back to what you need to. Who knows? Salford City might overtake you lot, or Oldham or one of them. Everybody just focus. Us, we're talking about Liverpool and City. No one ain't worried about Man United. And we beat you lot as well, so I understand it. You know, you and the Spurs fans, because we do call you Spurs Chester United, you lot just need to get into bed together and just have a good bake-off, mate. Yeah? Because we won. I'm not giving up on no one in this squad while the season's going on. Are you streaming for the Bayern game? It's in the balance. It's in the balance. We'll definitely be here for Chelsea, though. We'll definitely be here for Chelsea on the weekend. And you know what? We'll probably watch Chelsea Bayern Munich tomorrow as well, man. Liverpool got 20. So no one cares about United anymore, man. When I see the next English team do the invincible thing, great. A treble got dumped on your head where you lot could have stopped it. Warren, Arsenal have just beaten Spurs, which you failed to do. You can see the 2 goals against this. Forgive me, people. Forgive me for drawing myself out. Forgive me. Nah, it's all love. But we've been here for an hour and 19 minutes. The good news is I'm back at 5 p.m. I'm going to get someone else. I'm going to have like a 1-to-1 panel show. So you lot join me, get your questions in. It's a chance for me to shut up and answer questions and get someone else's thoughts. So yeah, people, without you lot, the channel's dead. Appreciate you lot engaging, talking, sharing, all of those things, using the hype button, commenting after the vids. Big up you lot on the replays, and you lot are here now, man. On that note, stay safe, stay blessed, and fuck Spurs, mate. Everywhere they go.
Against this right back, Charlie, definitely.
Spurs, the joys of that.